Leonard "Lenny" DiMaria, born 1941, also known as Pratik and The Conductor, is a New York mobster and caporegime in the Gambino crime family. He is considered by law enforcement to be a close associate of Nicholas Caruso and has served as his right-hand man for almost 30 years. Brooklyn gangster DiMaria was born to first-generation immigrants from Moliterno, province of Potenza, Italy. Before pursuing his life of crime, he worked as a railroad conductor for the Long Island Railroad and employee of the New York and Atlantic Railway. These early jobs earned him the nickname, The Conductor. In the early 1980s, DiMaria became a soldier in the Gambino crime family, along with his driver Thomas "Spade" Muschio, age 24, who was incarcerated in 1983 to Ryford, Florida State Prison till his release in 1985. After the work release program, he was then put on probation till 1988. Muschio now resides in North Carolina, in Toms River, New Jersey. Muschio was an upcoming member of the Gambino crime family at an early age. They both operated loan sharking and extortion operations in both Queens and Brooklyn in the early days. They both soon became a close associate of Nicholas Caruso. Muschio was introduced into organized crime by Robert "Bobby" Cabert Bisaccia. In 1985, DiMaria, Caruso, John Gotti, and other Gambino gangsters were indicted on racketeering charges in New York. During the trial, as each witness passed the defense table after testifying, DiMaria would stand, smile, extend his right hand, and say, "Gee, thanks for coming." In 1987, the defendants were acquitted. After Gotti was sent to prison in 1991, DiMaria was promoted to caporegime of a crew in Queens. In 1994, his fellow captain and associate Nick Caruso became a member of the Gambino family ruling panel, which was meant to run the family with John Gotti in prison. DiMaria was then one of the main chiefs in the family, controlling everything from loan sharking and illegal gambling, to racketeering and murder for hire. At age 53, DiMaria now had one of the best positions in the family, and soon began a lucrative partnership in Florida. South Florida and New York indictments. In 1995, DiMaria and Gambino capos Ralph Davino, Jr. and Anthony Ruggiano, Jr., together with Anthony "Tony" Pep Trent Acosta, started operating in Florida on behalf of Caruso. These three capos would be called the South Florida Crew, operating from both New York and Florida. On December 18, 1996, DiMaria was arrested at his home in Flatlands, Brooklyn on loan sharking and racketeering charges in Florida. While out on bail, DiMaria was indicted a month later on separate loan sharking and racketeering charges in New York after a 3-year investigation by the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI). The New York indictments were based partly on evidence gathered at the Portobello Soccer Club in Canarsie, Brooklyn. The club was a sting operation that purchased stolen designer clothing, computers, and other goods from Gambino mobsters. DiMaria reportedly became friends with the FBI undercover agent who ran the sting and was seen hugging him on surveillance video. After 6 weeks in house arrest, DiMaria and Caruso were sent to a federal lockup to await trials in New York and Florida. On November 3, 1997, DiMaria pleaded guilty to 15 New York charges, including racketeering, extortion and loan sharking, and received a 10-year prison sentence, to be served in Cumberland, Maryland. In January 1998, DiMaria pleaded guilty to the Florida charges. Operation Old Bridge. Released from prison in 2005, DiMaria returned to running racketeering and loan sharking operations in Queens, Brooklyn, and South Florida for Caruso and John "Jackie Knows" D'Amico. It was speculated that DiMaria might have become underboss. In February 2008, DiMaria was indicted in Operation Old Bridge, a massive federal investigation of the Gambino family. On June 4, 2008, DiMaria pleaded guilty to racketeering and extortion-related charges. DiMaria further admitted to conspiring to extort money from contractor trucker Joseph Vallaro. Vallaro, a former mafia associate, had become an informant to avoid prosecution and recorded conversations with other mobsters over a 3-year period. DiMaria was incarcerated at the Federal Correctional Institution, Otisville. He was released from prison on August 31, 2012. References. Further reading: Capesi, Jerry. The Complete Idiot's Guide to the Mafia. Indianapolis. Alpha Books, 2002. ISBN 0-02-864225-2. Rob Selwyn. 5 Families: The Rise, Decline, and Resurgence of America's Most Powerful Mafia Empires. New York: St. Martin Press, 2005. ISBN 0-312-30094-8. United States Congress, Senate, Committee on Governmental Affairs, Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations, Organized Crime. 25 years after Valachi, hearings before the Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations of the Committee on Governmental Affairs. 1988. External links: CNN.com. FBI goes after Godai's apparent successor,